attempt to adjust your programming. You are now listening to B-Movies and Beyond.
Pew pew. Pew. Stop touching the mic, Peter.
Sorry, I haven't had one of these for like a while. Trying to be more like you, off to the side.
Yeah, off to the side.
Yeah, it works. Be back to beat, Ryan.
Are you messing with the board? Do I see you messing with the board?
No, I just picked up the thing.
Oh, but you have a board.
Yeah, but I don't got any like sounds. All I could do is just make my volume go up or down.
Cool. You're professional now.
Well, I mean, it's just because I couldn't find my other headset, so not that professional.
Did you put the pretty filter on
my camera?
Yeah.
That's just me.
Well, you could even be more prettier if you put the pretty filter on.
No, I don't need to. I don't want to overwhelm anyone that's watching this on YouTube /@BMoviesBeyond.com. No.
.com?
YouTube.com/@BMoviesBeyond.
Nice.
Yeah.
Peter, I apologize about the day late recording session.
It's all good.
Our listeners don't really need to know, but I was at a Powder Puff game.
Did they win?
And it was just an extended Powder Puff game. Sorry.
Did they win, though?
Dude, who got MVP? A Romero.
Okay, nice.
My niece, Rylan, kicked some butt in her high school Powder Puff game. So, I had to kick back a little bit more and just kind of celebrate with her. So
there you go. Senior
there you go.
Junior?
She is a senior. She's the reason the seniors won because the juniors were kicking their butt and then they stopped. So good.
That, huh?
Yeah, that was all her fault.
She just said, "Hey, stop that. We want to win.
We want to win. We got this." Oh my gosh.
Is that what the Broncos did on last week? They, sucked it up for like 3 quarters and said, "Hey, you know what, guys? I kind of want to win this one.
I think we should win." No, they did it in the locker room. They went into the Bears locker room and they were like, hey, you guys stop that. We want to win.
Okay, so they made it through a half where it's like, ugh, I'm tired of losing. Let's not give up 70 points, guys.
Yeah. Oof. You and I partake in fantasy football, and we're watching a couple players do extremely well on a very boring game. Do you like this whole thing that Prime runs Thursday nights?
I mean, what do you mean? Oh, like you just have to go to Prime?
Yeah.
I don't mind because I'm a Prime member, so it's all good.
I do because I'm a Prime business member, which doesn't include Prime Video.
Yeah, not the same thing. You should totally go personal. I think it's way better.
Yeah, I'm kind of thinking of that, dude, honestly. But
yeah, my work has Prime, and I still use my personal Prime. I find that I get better deals, I get faster shipping, I get like everything better. I don't know what the point is of having business ones. Like, it's just a scam.
I think it's a big scam, and you don't even get videos. I have to go find other ways to download movies that are on Amazon and Prime, like Masked Rider. That was a cool one. Why can't I watch that? Oh, because I don't have Prime personal. Anyway, I digress. Peter,
Right, we talked about movies here, which are on Prime, and it's episode 328 on October the 5th. And we got a good one, I think, for everyone, right? No, we do. Not, I think. Got a few new trailers, some news.
You just read the news?
Yeah.
Some news?
And then, shit, I got to think of a movie to review. But someone saw a new movie. Spooky.
You did or me?
You did. Not
Oh
me.
yeah. So let me tell you about. I'm not going to tell you the movie I watched until the review. But it was funny because it was at the Alamo Draft House, and it was Tuesday, and what was that? October 3rd, and I was like, dude, is Barbie still kicking ass over here? Nope, they're playing Mean Girls because apparently October 3rd is a special day on Mean Girls,
Is it
and
like
I thought.
the movie?
Hmm?
In the movie,
She
it's a
says a
special.
quote. Let me look it up. Let me just fact check myself. Mean Girls. It's something about October 3rd, and it is in one of the early scenes, blah blah blah, played by Lindsay Lohan, begins talking to her crush, Aaron Samuels, Jonathan Bennett, and more and more. On October 3rd, he asked me what day it was. Lohan said, and
October 3rd.
she said it's October 3rd. That's it.
Whoa.
That's really it. That's the whole point why people are watching that movie on October 3rd. God, girls.
Is Alamo Draft House like doing anything like cool for like Halloween?
Apparently not, because they're showing fucking Mean Girls on October 3rd. Let's
Yeah.
check what's going on. There are Taylor Swift, The Exorcist, Killers of the Flower Moon is coming out.
Oh, I just looked at what is this? Fright to Delight.
Ooh, what's that?
Spread Fear. It's just a whole bunch of like horror movies that they're playing like throughout the month, like The Thing, 1982, The Thing,
Yes, that one looks good.
Sleepy Hollow, The Craft. Dude, they're bringing it back. That's kind of cool.
They're doing Dark Harvest early access screening, which sounds cool. The crap. Yeah, here we go. Friday the 13th. So they are doing a bunch of Halloween stuff.
They
Good
did
for them.
Ghostbusters. Do you consider Ghostbusters like a, I guess, scary movie, or does it, warrant? I know it has ghosts in the title, but still, do you think is it deserving of October watch?
Yes. Any
Okay.
month is a good month to watch Ghostbusters. It could be fucking August.
You got a good point there. Very good point. They also had like the Little Shop of Horrors, which again, you got horrors in it, but I don't know if it needs to be. I don't consider it scary. I guess that's my point.
Ghostbusters doesn't it take place during Christmas?
I mean, there's a Christmas thing or scene in there. That's in the second one though.
Okay.
So, which to me, if there's one little Christmas aspect of it, I'm in. It's a Christmas movie.
It's a Christmas movie. It's undeniable. Oh, that Stella looks very, very refreshing. Dude, Stella is refreshing.
Damn straight.
Like, there's some beers where you like it, you like the taste, but it's just so heavy. But you drink a Stella and it's like, it's kind of like a San Pellegrino, but with booze.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I like it.
It is delicious. It's quenching the thirst. And man, it is so weird having this set up again, Ryan. I forgot how like I'm all muffled. I can't really hear myself, right?
Yeah.
And so it's like this weird, I feel like I'm talking underneath the water with sea creatures, which I love. But I can hear you crystal clear. It's so weird.
You sound great in my ears. And you look great in my eyes. So all of the above. No hashtag no filter.
Yeah. All right. Well, this has been fun to catch up. I'm glad your niece won. That's awesome. But she was on the podcast, right?
Did Rylan do it? Or Olivia? It was Olivia for sure.
Oh yeah, Olivia.
I don't know if Rylan's done one yet, but she is a fan of horror movies. She loves to watch her horror movies.
Nice. Well,
yeah, she asked me when Talk to Me is coming out, and I was like, food?
Yep, that's right.
I don't
well, we'll have to get her on the podcast.
Maybe for Talk to Me. So yeah, I like it. Let's get
All right.
into some quick questions.
Let's do it.
Boom.
What? How? Why? I have so many questions!
Dude, I realize Frasier is coming back. What year is it?
2023, but yeah, coming to what, Peacock, right?
No, Paramount.
Mm,
Yeah.
okay.
Anyway, did you ever watch Frasier?
I mean, watch the episode here and there, but no, not really.
I didn't get it. And it's funny because it like parallels what we do. Like he's a talk show host, so he like records podcasts and like he's a therapist and we're pretty much therapists for movies. And
We are professionals.
we are professionals. And you know, he goes home and he has an old dad and a dog and a brother.
We got dogs.
And we got dogs. I got a brother.
I don't have one of those.
Do we have a
Close
Roz? Roz? No. there's no
Sure.
Roz. Yeah, why not?
Close.
Anyway, speaking of overdone franchises, my quick question to you, Peter, is what is the most milked franchise in film?
Oh man, this is a good one. I think, especially for this time of year, because I feel like
Yes.
it had to be like a horror franchise.
Mm-hmm. Good
And-
correlation. I didn't even think about that.
Yeah. Oh man, dude. I don't.
Let me
There's
change
so
the question mid question. What is the most milked horror franchise?
Okay, well, I mean, that's all I was thinking of, and like two
was gonna
things
say
kind of
Star
came to
Wars.
mind. Star Wars. They're still milking that. I mean, and they're still milking probably all these. Like, but the first two that came to mind was first Friday the 13th, and then second Halloween.
Okay.
Very
good ones.
Yeah, and I just feel like Halloween is still getting milked. Like,
Reboot after reboot after reboot.
yeah.
It's
So
been
I
rebooted
guess,
like 3 times.
yeah, I guess that has to be my pick is Halloween. And also, like, even after the first like 2, the original ones, and they kept on going, and is like, you know, they changed it up with Season of the Witch, which was awful, and I reviewed that at one point. You know, and then they had to adjust and go back to Michael Myers. And not all of those are that good. I still haven't finished all of them because they're not that good. And then, like you said, they go and they do a Rob Zombie one. They did the Resurrection. Like they try to like restart this, and it always lasts for a little bit, right? And then
Right.
it kind of just peters off again, and like, shit. Well, we got to reboot it again. So yeah, I think Halloween franchise is the one that's milked the most.
Good pick. I do like your second one of Friday the 13th.
There's
The one I'm gonna pick for horror theme is Chucky. Freaking Chucky is milked like crazy, dude. Like there was Chucky 1, 2, and 3. There was a reboot. There was another reboot. There was Bride of Chucky. There's a Chucky series. There's like just Chucky everything. And here's the thing, like Chucky, they can do it because Chucky is like one of those you can put him in any kind of story, but now they have him in the White House.
Wait, what?
Yeah, and then second series of Chucky on USA, like Chucky's in the White House.
Well, now I'm curious to watch that because how does that happen?
Good question. But you're right. I think it's being the reboot after reboot after reboot where it's kind of like, okay, I'm done. But we end up watching them anyway. Like I watched all the Halloweens.
I mean, I still got some I need to watch, but like with Chucky, kind of the same thing. And some of them got so ridiculous with those movies. And then they went to the series, which I think the series actually kind of works.
Yeah, I think the series does work. And it's nice to have a franchise go from film to series because you get your lore and you get it, you know, in multiple episodes and you can knock it out and it's based off the character.
Yeah.
So
I mean, Mark Hamill was Chucky at one point.
Oh, that's right. He was in that weird reboot, right? Where he was supposed to
Yeah.
be like realistic.
We had a date night. We all went and saw that.
Yep. I remember that. Jeez, that was a long time ago.
Yeah.
Oof, well. Good answer. Good answer. Any other one that you could think about? You got Friday the 13th, Halloween, and we got Chucky. Nightmare on Elm Street's only had one reboot, but they did do the crossover. Ooh, Jason. Jason's a good one.
Well, I mean, that's Friday the 13th.
Scream.
Scream?
Yeah.
I mean, I know it's still going, but I don't know. Like,
It's taking place in Christmas time this next time.
which I think works, man. That we're like, they're changing it up. We're getting all these trailers for Christmas horror movies. Like I like it. Same thing with the last one that they went to like New York. Like, just changing the location actually, I think helped the movie.
So are we gonna have Scream in Africa soon?
I hope so.
Okay.
It's not really horror, but the Ernest movies, I feel like those were really milked.
Those were milked. Ernest Scared Stupid. Yep.
Which I need to watch that this Halloween. It's been a long time. I feel like I have to do that.
My original question was pulled from Reddit, and the first response was Mickey Mouse, and they're like, they milked the shit out of that little mouse, and I'm like, yeah,
That mouse milk.
Splinter would be pissed.
Yeah, but I mean, I don't know if the
Ooh, that's a good question for you and I, since we're fans of it. Is Ninja Turtles milked?
yes,
Yes.
absolutely. Like the fact that he said like Mickey Mouse, like I kind of disagree. Like he had his heyday and everything, but like now he's just a rodent that crawls around Disneyland and Disney World. That's it.
He doesn't crawl. He walks around on 2 feet like a human.
Okay. So, but like he's not like doing any like. I guess he has like a cartoon now. I guess for kids. I don't know. So I don't know.
Yeah,
I disagree with Mickey Mouse.
I do too.
So,
but Ninja Turtles,
I like that.
Milked.
Absolutely. I mean, every
milked
other
like they were in the last movie.
Yeah. Yes, they were. Oh, is that some like fucking metaphor?
I think it is.
Dude, they got milked. And Seth Rogen is still milking it, and he knows.
I didn't think about that until now. Yeah, they're totally milking the turtles. Wow.
Love it. Awesome.
Love it. Layers to that movie, and it's a kids movie. That's funny. No, it's a movie for all ages.
That's right.
Anyway, we got some trailers, Peter.
Let's do it.
Here are some exciting coming attractions from
B-movies and beyond.
We got a lot of trailers.
Yeah, dude. At first I was like, "Oh man, this is a slow week for trailers," and then bam, they just all start coming, and even apparently new ones from the day that I even see.
I think Thursday is trailer day, dude.
It must be. It must be. That's why.
Because every time we've done a recording on Wednesday, the next like 2 days, we're like, "Oh, look at that trailer." And we don't talk about it. So
yeah, and actually, the first trailer I want to talk about it's the teaser, really. For a movie we've been talking about quite a bit and just waiting eagerly for. Like right after we did our recording, like it dropped the next day, was the Toxic Avenger.
Loved it.
First. Oh yeah, and like you don't really get to see anything, but what you do get is the overall tone of the movie. Like it is straight up, it feels like it's trauma. It's grindhouse, I guess, right? It's all grainy and everything.
You get the weird TV vignettes. Like you get the cheesy TV stuff where you're like, they wouldn't say that on the news, you know? And
You get the weird gangs. What were they? The good lads? What were they
Yeah,
called?
the good lads, which are a play off the Proud Boys.
Ah, okay. Yeah.
Yes. So a little realism to it.
Yeah. And then you kind of get to see the shadow or the silhouette of the Toxic Avenger, Toxie himself, which is pretty cool because it is Peter Dinklage, and I'm very excited about that. And then they go into you don't get to see it, but you get to see blood splatter on windows and hear people say, "You just ripped his arm off." Like it seems like it's everything we want, but now we just gotta wait because I don't
When
know
is
when
this
we're gonna
coming
be able to
out?
see this.
Yeah. There's
Dude, it's
no
making
release
the
date on this.
it's just making the rounds on at the festivals. But I have no idea. I do not know when we'll be able to see this. My guess is probably sometime like early next year, to be honest. Which sucks.
Oh, Christmas time, dude. I want it Christmas time so bad right now. So
That'd be a good present.
hey, wasn't this getting great reviews on Rotten Tomatoes too?
Oh yeah, that was the other news. Is like I think from critics were giving it like it's up there at like 95%. I think it's like certified fresh. So again, I don't know. This is kind of a tough thing because you're going to the festivals, right? You had the
Mhm.
people there that they go to the festival because they like those types of genres, right? It's being very selective at those festivals it's going to. So my guess is that will probably change, but for me, these are people that like what we like, so that's very exciting to see that it's getting reviewed so well.
All I
By
gotta say
critics.
is Neil Pollock, you can suck it. His review is Toxic Avenger isn't for everyone or even for anyone. It's not great, and it isn't even really very good, but it's definitely something else. Shut up, Neil.
That's right. I like something else.
I like things. Just because you don't like it, Neil, doesn't mean that everybody else shouldn't like it.
That's right.
Yeah.
Where should we go
I'm excited
next,
for that movie.
Brian?
I'm excited about this one because you threw this at me one day and then I didn't really watch it and after trailers you're like, by the way, that was Thanksgiving um from Grindhouse, and I was like, what? And then you got the teaser, but this time we get a trailer, and I'm excited for this movie because it looks just as grotesque as that short little Thanksgiving clip we got in Grindhouse, Planet Terror, in between Planet Terror, right?
Yeah.
Gruesome kills. And the only thing that's missing, and hopefully it's still in there, is remember in that short he was fucking the turkey. They gotta throw that in there. But I think the turkey was a human, so that just made it even worse.
The only other thing too is that like I feel like all those trailers are right, they're really grainy and everything. Like similar like what we just saw like in the Toxic Avenger. Where this one is it's not that. This seems very modern.
It's a movie. Yeah, feels like a movie.
Yeah. Yeah. So I'm curious about how much they'll go to. I mean, it's the overall premise, but fucking a turkey, that remains to be seen.
Well, they allude to a couple things in this movie where it's going to be very gory, grotesque, and fun all at the same time. Think Terrifier, but Thanksgiving, and Eli Roth is doing it. And I think we're in a renaissance of horror movie films where the directors are trying to outdo each other in their certain kills. And I'm here for it, dude. 100%.
Yeah, me too. I like it.
What you got next, Peter?
I
like the tee off.
Yeah, since we're talking about the holidays, why don't we do Silent Night? Got a couple holiday movies. Silent Night is an action movie with Joel Kinnaman.
RoboCop.
The new RoboCop. Yep. Where this time he cannot speak and he's out for revenge, and just goes on a killing spree of taking out all these people that I think, this kind of like Punisher-esque, where like they took out his family and now he's got to get revenge and take them all out. So hence
That's
the
the
name
silent
Silent
part.
Night. Yeah.
Gotcha.
Well, that, and he can't talk, like something, he gets hurt too, and like he can't talk, so that's where the Silent Night. But this is directed by John Woo, and we know, he does some great actions, and that's what the trailer is. It's just nonstop action and like one stunt after the next. Which, was it too much? I don't know. That remains to be seen. But we gotta watch and see some doves float around. Float, not fly, just float.
We're gonna see some doves in this for sure, dude. Okay, I didn't catch that it was Silent Night, and I did catch that this trailer had no voice whatsoever from anybody, and I like that, dude, from there. But it did show a lot of action, and the one we get to later, I think that one just showed everything. By the way, but I'm interested because I got a little RoboCop feel. I got a little Suicide Squad, and then you brought up another good one was uh what'd you say?
for this movie.
Yeah, shoot, it was good, and it went way past me.
For everything that I just say, I instantly forget.
I do too. Apparently, what did you say? It was not RoboCop.
For this movie, it's like I don't know. Let's move on. We don't need a recap. It's recorded.
Hey, if you're listening, whatever Peter said like 2 minutes ago, that's what it's like. Yes, I love it.
Okay.
All right. Peter, let's say holiday. It's a Wonderful Knife.
Play on words.
Justin Long,
nice.
Dude. Justin Long. He's a mayor. He doesn't look like Justin Long, and I like the premise of this. Apparently something happened during Christmas time involving the mayor, and later in the future or like the next year, people are afraid of Christmas, and what it seems like is the mayor is alive, and I don't want to tell the story. Just watch a trailer, and we got a killer, a slasher. It's Christmas and weird shit happening.
Kind of like a killer that's like dressed up as an angel, kind of
like a Christmas tree topper.
Yeah, which is very interesting. But I kind of like it. I like that it's kind of corny. It seems very similar to like Thanksgiving.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm in. I like when I get to see some murders, I guess, during the Christmas season.
During the holidays.
There's too much jolly stuff going on. We need to bring it down and have some good old fashioned killings. So
love it. I'm a man of it. Did you want to talk about Night Swim?
Night Swim. Don't go swimming at night.
Yeah. Or play Marco Polo. Beekeeper. Right. This movie looks ridiculous, dude.
Oh man. Jason Statham at it again, man.
He is Jason Statham in all his movies. He is so typecast. He even does the same standoffs, like, I'm gonna do this and I'm going to count for you, and then I'm gonna kick your ass, and then it's like, cool. Thanks, bro.
Dude,
the premise of this is what? Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, he's the beekeeper for like he's just a beekeeper, and I guess like this old lady has bees that he's the keeper of, and like, correct me if I'm wrong, but basically she got scammed out of like all her money from a company that we get all these robocalls, right? All these scammers. She falls victim to it and offs herself because she's so ashamed of herself and lost all her money.
Yeah.
Jason Statham then is like, oh, this is wrong. I need to correct this wrong. And he goes after the scam callers. And then this is all in the trailer where like you find out that apparently it's much bigger than just like a small organization that's like just randomly calling people, like basically implying that the government's in it. It's international. Um,
And he's some sort of assassin or like mercenary.
yeah, yep. And he's really good at keeping bees alive, and honey's flammable.
My favorite thing is looking for news today. Slash Film right now has is honey flammable? And
Mhm.
they did an experiment on British honey and pure red, white, and blue American honey. And apparently honey is not flammable, but it is combustible.
So I had to Google this. I mean, I didn't dig that deep into it. I didn't try burning anything, but basically, if it is pure honey, it is well, maybe it's combustible or flammable. Either one, I don't know. But you know, when it's processed, it's impure. We add shit to it. It's not really pure anymore. But they say if it's pure, legit honey, it can burn. So I learned something new.
But I like, you know
Um,
what my favorite thing was? Was like that wasn't even the big thing of the trailer. Like it was just like a small part of it, and people are like, "Wait a minute, is honey really flammable?"
because it was
And
so absurd because they make this big deal where like this detective or whatever is like what does he say exactly? I wish I remember, but basically like, and motherfucker is fucking flammable or something. Like like it's just, it was so out there that it sticks out, right? Like
yeah,
it sticks in your mind. And like that was the first thing I did right after that. I was like, I had to Google like, is this, can honey burn? So some
did this
form.
trailer show you too much of the story?
How I'll answer that is who cares? Because you have parts where he's beating up like the scam caller people. There's a
Yeah.
moment where even like they, like one of the main scam callers, like he blows off his like fingers and then like attaches them to a car and drives that off like this cliff, and the guy goes with him. Like, well, I guess he's dead. And then he's fighting FBI people. I don't know what the hell's going on, but he's gonna kill everyone apparently.
So this movie is self-aware of itself. And I think they're like, this movie's so ridiculous. We're gonna show you as much as possible so you go see it.
Yeah. And that's the whole thing. Like from all that, I'm in. I gotta see how they connect the dots to all these things. And my guess it probably won't make that much sense. But you know, you got me. He's fighting scam callers, fighting the government. I gotta see how it's all connected and really who is the big bad. You know, I don't know. Maybe there's a lot more. That could have been the first like 20 minutes of this film, Ryan. Like they fucking showed up like the guy, like
That's true.
the scam caller guy getting killed. Like he must not be that important. It'd be pretty funny though if that was like the finale and like they just showed it like, who cares? They'll go see it because it's Jason.
It's yeah, and it seems like they gave it a very John Wick kind of vibe too. Like it's just over the top, absurd violence and yeah, you know what?
I
I'm here for it. I'm
can't.
good with that.
Was that the one that said they had a producer from John Wick, or was that Silent Night? One of those had a producer.
Dude, I think it was both of
so
them.
it's very possible. Dude, those movies have so many producers, and then they go do one other thing, and they're gonna latch onto that one thing they did well, the movie that did so well that they just happen to be producing on, and they'll talk about milking. They'll milk that shit to no one cares about that anymore. So there you go. Full circle.
Dude, my favorite on Night Swim was like from the producers of Megan. What? How does swimming in a pool relate to Megan?
It's just because like that
I don't
people
I
enjoyed
don't
that
get it.
movie. It doesn't matter. They enjoy the movie.
I guess so. I guess so.
It's how it works.
Let's see. we knocked out movie trailers.
Dude,
Love
we're
it.
cruising, man.
Boom. Here, let's get into some news.
I changed the banner that time.
There you go. Hey, I put this on here because I know the writer's strike is over, right?
Yes.
The writer's strike is over, but the actor strike is still going strong.
As far as I'm aware.
This one's I thought was funny. Drew Barrymore's show writers declined to return post-strike. Why I think it's funny is because number one, that show sucks. And number two, just because she's Drew Barrymore, I don't think she needs to get her own damn show. And number three, she carried on the show without the writers. So they're doing this in solidarity where they're like, we're not going to come back to your show. It was dumb anyway. And it was just too much. So
I thought she like announced that she was going to do it. And then she brought it back because she got so much backlash. Did she actually do shows without her writers?
She did, yes.
Ooh, well, yeah. I mean, what you think was gonna happen? Jeez, Drew, so
Come on,
dumb.
Drew.
All right, move on.
Moving on. Thanksgiving. This is why I brought this up because I'm excited for this movie, but they're saying the film won't include beloved part of original trailer. Don't take that away from me. If it is the
dude, you
turkey
just
human fucking thing,
yeah, you just answered your own question from watching Thanksgiving. It's gotta be that.
No,
it has to be.
No, I'm still gonna watch it. Still gonna watch it.
Sure,
Yeah.
Absolutely.
But I don't know. Maybe it was just because it was a trailer, like a little fake trailer. It was so jarring. You're like, oh, wait, that can't really happen. And anyway, so I put this one in here.
Sorry, hang on. I'm just saying, like, I feel like it has to be that because when we're talking about that trailer, that's the thing that stuck out the most. So that has to be a fan favorite. So
yes, it does.
Sorry. Maybe there's gonna be a post-credit scene and they'll show it.
It's just gonna be an extra credit scene of him just going at it.
Yeah.
That would be better.
Yeah.
That would be better. I'm not gonna lie. Hey, I put this in here. Horizon, an American Saga teaser trailer with Kevin Costner. It's just a little teaser of Kevin Costner being a cowboy. The reason I put it in news is because if you look at the movie poster for it, and I'll pop this up on our thing over here.
On YouTube.
Right
again, youtube.com/@bmoviesbeyond.
Exactly. Follow us there and watch us there because we are handsome.
That's right.
All right, here we go. From Reddit. Horizon. This is why I wanted to show this to our YouTube viewers and describe this. Oh, wow, that looks different when you don't have filters.
It's not pretty, huh?
No. Here you go. Chapter 1, June 28th. Chapter 2, August 16th.
Of next year?
Only in theaters, summer 2024. They're going to release part 1 and part 2 within 2 months of each other.
Good.
I think that's cool.
Yeah.
And my favorite, Kevin Costner so badly wants to be a cowboy, and I'm right here with him. In Waterworld, he was an ocean cowboy. In Robin Hood, Prince of Thieves, he was a medieval cowboy. In The Postman, he was a mailman cowboy.
Yeah. Oh, man.
In Dances with Wolves, he was a cowboy.
Tornado cowboy and Man of Steel. Oh, man, that's awesome.
In 3,000 Miles of Graceland, he was an Elvis cowboy.
Mm-hmm.
King Cup, he was a romantic golfing cowboy. So he's just a cowboy and everything.
Absolutely.
Follow
Absolutely.
Reddit for your movie. The comments in /r movies is the funniest, dude. I love it.
Mr. Brooks, he was a murderous cowboy.
Yep. In The Art of Racing in the Rain, he was a dog cowboy.
Oh man, I love that. That was good. That was a good one, Reddit.
Yeah.
Good job.
Good job, Reddit. This one is also for our YouTube viewers. Peter, did you know they were rebooting The Crow?
Dude, they've been talking about this for like ever now. Oh, dude, are they pulling a Deadpool thing here? So the Crow test footage shows Jason Momoa as Eric Draven in aborted reboot. So like, are they trying to like get this kick-started again by releasing some test footage?
I hope so.
Do you think it'll work?
Yeah, I mean, he looks like the Crow.
Yeah.
He also looks like pro
did you
wrestler
watch it?
Sting.
Where is it? Can we watch it?
The Crow?
No, the test footage, or is it just stills?
I think it's just stills.
Yeah. Well, I don't know. I could do that.
You could be Jason Momoa in The Crow?
Sure.
All right. Oh, wait. No, there's some video. It's a GIF. There's a GIF. Maybe he's just too buff to be the Crow.
Yeah. I don't know. You know, like I do think like part of the Crow, right, is that you just get beat up, you get torn apart, right? Like, so I think it does help that if you are smaller in stature, where when I look at Jason Momoa, whatever you want to say, he looks like he could kick some ass, right?
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So I'm kind of with you that maybe it doesn't work. He just has long hair. So yeah, I don't know. Do you ever think we're going to get a reboot?
Yeah. But we're going to be like 50 when it happens.
Have you ever watched the sequels or the series?
Dude, no. And you know why? Because I watched the original one recently and I was like, all right, I'm going to try watching The Crow 2. And it just was not happening. Yeah, I was
they're
just not
just
into it.
yeah,
Talk about trying to milk a franchise.
They tried very hard. That's for sure.
And you have Terrifier 2?
Yeah, I think I spelled that right. No, I'm bringing that up because Terrifier 2 is getting re-released November 1st in the movie theaters. But what's exciting about, well, I mean, besides that you get to see it again in movie theaters, is that there's going to be a little teaser for Terrifier 3 plus like a poster for it. I believe I saw that.
Yeah, they're doing a special release again for Terrifier 2. And we get a little clip of Terrifier 3, which I think is funny because there's no context to Terrifier 3 yet. They're probably just going to film like Art doing something and then call it footage.
Yeah, and yeah, to be honest, it could be something they just cut from the Terrifier 2. Who knows? But either way, it's kind of exciting just because a third one's coming. We already knew that, but it's always good. A little tease, man. Tickle our balls and get us excited.
Brother, I do not want Art the Clown to tickle my balls. That is the funny thing, right? It's terrifying. It's November 1st, dude. So it's gonna be the day after Halloween.
Yeah, I thought that was weird because I was looking for it because I was thinking like, oh, I get to watch this in October, but it's coming out November 1st, which
2 days only.
Oh, that's it?
Yep.
Oh, dude.
So you got to do a Wednesday or Thursday, bud.
Like I said, I have not seen it in theaters, and that is something I would like to do. So
Well,
Might
you
have
know
to make
where
that happen.
Ryan and Peter are going to be Wednesday, November 1st or November 2nd, either at 7 o'clock or 10:15 p.m. at the Promenade and or Orchard.
That's it. It's not at Alamo.
No Alamo, dude. I was
Ooh,
kind of bummed.
What's going on there?
I don't know. Maybe I should call my buddy at Alamo. I don't have a buddy at Alamo.
You got to pass though. Just call them up and say, "Hey, I'm a member."
I'm a member of this place. Bring Terrifier and the poster and the trailer here, please.
Yes, thank you.
Thank you.
Oh man,
Good shit, Peter.
Yeah.
Where are we at now? Oh, shit.
Our feature presentation. Reviews. Real fast before we get into this though, have we discussed Strays on this podcast?
No. You know why? When I watched it, we did it. It was after that party, so we didn't record for like 2 weeks.
Okay, all right.
Yeah.
So it's kind of delayed. So, well, I was delayed to getting it. So,
You had the wrong movie cover.
yeah, it really confused me.
It was there all along, bud.
Yeah. All right. Well, who wants to go first?
You go first with Strays.
All right. Got it. I watched Strays with Will Ferrell and Jamie Foxx and was it Randall Parks and is it Rose Byrne? Were those the main characters? Voice actors?
Rose Byrne was in this?
Oh, it's Isla Fisher.
Yeah.
Okay. I got one wrong. And Will Forte. I should can't forget Will Forte.
Rose Byrne had an Oscar winning performance in Ninja Turtles.
She did. Absolutely. But yeah, it's live action dog movie, rated R. The first four people I brought up, they are the main voice talent for the dogs, and it's all about being a stray, basically. Which two of the dogs were not even strays; they just kind of went on a little, I guess, hiatus.
Yeah,
a little jaunt, and wit with their stray friends, on a quest to. I mean, it's in the trailer. Go bite off Doug's penis. Will Forte's penis.
Doug.
Yeah,
what an
Doug.
asshole name. Whoever's name is Doug, you're an asshole. Except for my old landlord. Doug was nice there.
I know
But
Doug's.
Doug Funny was an asshole.
Yeah, it's true. Yeah. But yeah, Doug is a total asshole. He is basically the only reason why he has this dog, Will Ferrell, is because the dog pretty much outed him for cheating on his girlfriend. Girlfriend leaves. It was really her dog. And he's like, no, fuck you. I'm keeping the dog because I know you want it. So that's how you can tell he's really an asshole. He gets to the point where he does not want this dog anymore, and he would keep on driving it far distances away and throws the ball and then just leaves really quickly and trying to make this dog be lost and be done with it. But Reggie, that's the name of that dog, Will Ferrell's character, he always finds his way back. And then this last time where he went like to the extremes, like 3 hours away, it takes a lot longer, and that's when he finds this ragtag bunch with Jamie Foxx and Randall Park and Isla Fisher, and they all join up to go and help Reggie find his way home and bite Doug's dick off. And that is the premise of the movie. I'd say, like, dude, I was so many parts where I was just rolling because it's you see these things happen with your dogs, right? There's a lot of just like, oh, this is, you're getting the inside look of how dogs behave and then giving them voices and hearing what they're saying is just hilarious. It was just cracking me up, and then just doing, like, stupid little shit, like, where, dogs just take forever just to find a place to lay down, like, they just keep
That
on
was
going in
funny.
circles, going back. Yeah, it's something like it's just so silly, but, like, dude, it just had me rolling because if you're a dog owner and dog lover, you've seen your animal do that, and it just makes you laugh, and that's what a lot of the things in this movie did that. Like there's like instance where like fireworks are going off and the dogs freak out, right? Like we've seen that too. And like so you get to kind of see like what's going through their heads as this is happening and why they're terrified. Like uh items like that, like it was just it just cracked me up. That stuff was so funny. Um and I thought everyone did a good job. I mean, I thought I guess whatever CGI they did with this, it all looked fine. Um, I think things that I thought were weird though were there's a lot of scenes, where like the dogs are just they stand so still, and they just use some like movie magic to make them so they didn't move a lot. So that was like the thing that you lacked. They're having these conversations, but like, when it's people, it's more exciting because people are moving and stuff. These dogs are just pretty much stationary, just moving their mouths, just looking at each other, which I thought was kind of weird. Um, and then I feel like there was a few scenes that just kind of went slow. I would just say slow, but those are very few. And
A lot of the dialogue scenes went slow, and
yeah,
where they were setting up like certain like their plan. Some of them when they were doing the dialogue, you're like, all right, it's time to get to it.
yeah, and it wasn't always like super funny or anything. It's just like, okay, this is like they had to describe what's going on to move the film forward. And yeah, those were kind of like, all right, let's keep it going. Let's get to the next funny scene, right? But there's still a lot. There's still a lot of funny scenes, and I really enjoyed this. And it's kind of sad that like it just kind of um came and went so quickly. And I guess I mean just looking on Google, dude, like audience really did not enjoy it. There's a like it has about 2.7, but I think you have to know, like, you have to have a good understanding of what you're going into with this movie, right? Like, I can see where you're
Yeah,
totally cut off guard, where like, oh, that sucked. Um, did you see this in the movie theater, Ryan?
I did.
Okay, did that? Did you leave the movie theater saying, "Oh man, that was great," or were you like, that was just all right. Like, I wish I just watched that at home. I know you got a movie pass, but like, I I'm trying to imagine if I would have been slightly upset if I paid money to go see this.
Ooh, good question. And then I like that we asked this question. I think I would have been upset if I paid money to see this um on without a movie pass. Because dude, going to the movies without that movie pass is more of a um you've explained it. Going to the movies is a pain in the ass.
Yeah.
Sometimes you gotta it's expensive to get tickets and you get popcorns, and then now they're offering like $30 beers, and like it adds up. This isn't one of those movies.
$30.
I'm being facetious.
Oh, okay.
But like, okay, well, sometimes I get 2 beers. Yeah, that's $30.
True, true.
But that's way too much for this movie. And it's not that this isn't one of those movies you go for the experience. However, the funny thing when I went to go see this, um, I think it was a 9 o'clock showing, and right behind me was a mom with like 4 kids. Kids, not teenagers, children. And when I was watching this, and I was like, I hope she understands that this is rated R, right? And it very much showed right away. But then as you watch the movie, yeah, I was crude and it was and like they were just cussing and doing dog shit, and they were talking about dog penises and stuff. It was just funny. You're
Yeah.
right. Like it wasn't like bad. It was just funny.
Mhm.
Like how how does a Great Dane expect to get some keys with his dick? His dog, he doesn't know.
Oh man, that was great. Um,
It was
yeah.
very
Did those
rated R funny.
did those kids stay the whole time? Did they stay the
Yeah.
whole time for the movie? Yeah.
Yeah, and they got out like it was a normal ass movie. I was laughing. I was like, "Huh, this is what
Yeah.
families are up to
So
nowadays."
I will admit that our 6-year-old was watched this whole movie.
Nice.
And a few times we were like, oh, this is kind of inappropriate. Do we stop this? And we never did. Because she was just like, I don't get it. Like like, obviously certain things just went way over her head. Um, and then, but there's also the other aspect where like they are just dogs. Like they get away with certain things. Like it's true. Sometimes you get to see large dicks on dogs. So, like, it's natural and you're going to see it. They're just bringing attention to it in this movie, but it's there all the time. Kids have said weird shit like that before. Like, what's going on with that dog's? What is that pink thing under there? Like it just happens. And so I personally didn't feel like there was anything like too like terrible. I mean, obviously a lot of cursing, like to the extreme, because like that was kind of the point of this, right? This is not a family friendly film, but at the same time, it kind of was like it still kind of had like, besides the very end, um, it had those elements where uh like, oh man, like they had their little breakup, right? And then they didn't get back together. It's those ups and downs that are typical for movies, uh which was really funny because she got really sad during the point where like the friendships kind of dissolves and like, oh no, like she was really upset the dogs weren't friends anymore.
I kind of did too, dude. I got sad like when I thought Reggie was actually in danger.
Yeah.
I did. I was like, "Uh-oh," because dude, Reggie was a cute little mutt, dude.
Oh yeah. Yeah, he was adorable.
Um, I
Uh,
I didn't mind the dogs cussing because I truly feel that's how Churro talks to me. Whenever he gives me looks like that, like he's probably looking at me like, "Fuck you,"
yeah.
you know?
Yeah, I hear you. I do think that I often try to think what my animals are thinking, but
He did
it's
bring it.
probably a lot like that.
The CGI was like the excess, like the action CGI was really bad. Like when there was the hawk scene, that was really bad. But the mouth, live action dog talking, the mouth movement, I thought that looked pretty good.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, yeah, all that was fine. Yeah, the hawk scene, yeah, you can definitely tell it was, they didn't really snatch up a dog with a hawk, but it was good enough, So I think this is a perfect movie to rent at home, or I don't think it's on any streaming services just yet, but when it does, I think it's totally worth the watch. Like this is just a fun one just to sit around with your partner and have a good time. So don't think too much about it. Just relax and enjoy yourself.
Just like who's the big dog? Ray Park. Oh no. Randall Park.
Yeah,
Hunter.
Randall Park.
Yeah.
Yeah, Hunter. Yep.
Great voice cast. The only one I didn't like, and I just don't think it was fitting, was Jamie Foxx. I don't think he's a good voice actor.
No, I liked him. I thought he was funny.
No.
I just thought like there was some of his dialogue, like that was probably some of the stuff that happened a lot where like because he just talks a lot, right?
Yeah, his dialogue was a lot.
And there's this points where like I think that's where it's like, okay, are we done with this? Are we moving on? Like it was kind of like his scenes, his dialogue. So I don't know if that was it, but he also had some of hilarious sound clips too throughout this movie. So I thought he was fine.
Well, I agree with you. This is one that you should rent, and then if you don't, when it comes out on, I don't know, Max soon, it'll be on there.
Probably.
This is one of those movies. Peter, I stayed with B Movies Beyond and October Halloween tradition, and this movie series has been milked to death as well, and helped me carry on the tradition. And I saw Saw X, Saw 10.
Nice. Oh, Strays is coming to Peacock.
There you go.
Yep.
People are confused still because when I'm like, yeah, I went to go see Saw, and they're like, dude, there's another one, just like Fast and Furious. Actually, they're kind of
They're on the same number.
Yeah, they're on the same timeline right there. Saw came out, dude. When did the first Saw come out? Was it 2004?
I'd say really close to that.
2004.
Yeah,
Dude, they've
right.
pumped out more movies from 2004 to 2023 than Fast and Furious from 1999 till now. Holy crap.
Well, I mean, again, that's horror, man. That's horror for you. Do you remember there was a time where wasn't it just pretty much every single year we were getting a Saw movie?
Let's see. 04, 05, 06, 07, 08, 09, 2010. There you go.
And then they started slowing down.
And then you saw Jigsaw in 2017. So there was a 7-year gap from there.
Yeah.
And then, oh my gosh. So the director of this, no, producer, James Wan, and as we associate it with Fast and Furious, James Wan has done Fast and Furious 7 and okay, he's not part of any other Fast and Furious, but I knew he tapped into that franchise. But dude, he is a freaking franchise milking machine, dude. He has done The Conjuring, Insidious, Annabelle, freaking Insidious Chapter 2, 3, Conjuring 2, Annabelle Creation, more Insidious. Oh my gosh, he did Aquaman. That's fucking right, huh? Sorry, I'm going down the list.
One.
Oh, he's a producer of Night Swim. Oh, he's a producer of Mortal Kombat 2. Jeez. He's in Mortal Kombat. He knows how to milk a franchise. And my point behind that is this movie feels like a milked franchise. This movie has everything you expect in a Saw movie. Something happens with John Kramer. What's unique about this one is it tells a little bit more of the backstory, because this takes place between Saw 1 and Saw 2. So, excuse me. And
what do you call that? Like that's not quite a prequel. It's like it's 1.5. It's like what they did with Lion King.
True.
So
yeah, I don't know what to call that.
Yeah, because I thought everyone was saying this is a prequel, but now that you're saying it's in between those films, I'm like, well, it's not really. It's you're just telling another story. Yeah, in between quel. Which is that what's going to happen now? Like, because I've heard this movie is actually like people like it, critics like it, and so are we going to get like another like a sequel or in between quel for between 2 and 3? Like they're just going to rehash everything and just tell this is what happened in between those things. Like, is that where we're at with Saw?
You know what? The after credits scene totally sets up another inbetweenquel.
Oh wow! Okay.
We just came up with that term, by the way, because there is no term for it. It serves as both a direct sequel to Saw and a prequel to Saw 2. So, inbetweenquel.
That.
Yep, that's another first. B Movies Beyond. Once again, my favorite is backsplaining. Which this movie does a lot of backsplaining, and 83% Rotten Tomatoes and 91% audience score. It was Saw, dude. It was gory. It was fun. It did have a pretty decent story. I know we've watched a couple Saw movies where the story was just so lame, and you just like get to the kill, get to the kill. This one actually had a decent story, but when it got to the kill part, Peter, I've seen 9 of these other movies, and it just got so predictable. Even how the story was going to hash out, it became very predictable. I don't know if that's a fault of its own, but because it is an in-betweenquel and they can't rewrite the story, they just kind of have to go along between the two. It is what it is. It had good kills. Remember the last episode where I was talking about Terrifier was saying that Saw was bringing out barf bags. It's not that bad. It's not that bad. It's gory. It has
How
some.
do you compare it to Terrifier 2?
The gore in Saw is more. You could tell they had a bigger budget, but the shock factor of the gore and the kills and the traps versus Terrifier 2 is just actual shock factor. Terrifier 2 is worlds better. And how they show it. I mean, like when Art is slashing and cutting off limbs and attacking the Scream Queen while Saw has a traps, like it's just like it's a very produced, you kind of expect it. The practical effects in Saw are better. But I like the campiness of Terrifier right now, you know. But I think the kills in Saw X as a series total are the best ones so far. Yeah. The contraptions are the games are pretty unique. They'll have people talking. And but like it goes from good story, good kills to predictable, and then you're just kind of done. Like even the part where it was supposed to throw off the entire like ending of the movie, it was still predictable, if that makes sense.
Yeah. The twist.
The twist, thank you. Go see it. It's Halloween. It's October. Go watch Saw X in the movie theater. Go with your friends. Go in your pajamas. People are going in their pajamas lately. Do that. So I recommend it.
Do you think they got this whole like hey, we're gonna do another movie, but we're gonna put it in between, like change the timeline, basically, like just like Fast and the Furious did, right? Because Tokyo Drift turns out was much later in the franchise than when it was released. So it seems like they're pulling from that, huh? Like, all right, why as we don't change kind of the main story, when we just throw in some bullshit, as long as it doesn't affect it, we can keep on doing this forever.
It's a way to milk the franchise even more.
Yep.
James Wan, dude, he knows how to do it. If there's anybody in Hollywood, it's James Wan. Who directed
He's
this?
just a producer, right? Yeah, he's just a producer.
Kevin Grutert. He did Strangers, Room 6, and Saw 6. Yeah. I don't know, Peter. I enjoyed this because it brought me back to when we marathoned all the other Saw movies and got hammered while we did our long ass review of it with our friends Nikki and who else was part of that? Was it Justin? Or was it just Nikki?
I feel like there was someone else. I mean, it was you, me, and Evan, and definitely Nikki.
Was it Sergio?
I can't remember.
No.
Maybe I thought about, we'll just have to go and take a look, and maybe I'll re-release it. I need to listen to it again, see how awful it was or how good it was.
Did we get more drunk during Saw or Fast and Furious? I think it was Saw, dude.
Saw. I think Saw. Saw was so confusing. That was a rough one.
I know. Well, they're making more of them to explain what happens in between the movies, so we have a better
good,
chance of
'cause-
doing it.
Wasn't that? I mean, I feel like that was one of the things. I was like, dude, I'm so confused on what's happening with these. So
Yeah, and it was like immediate. It was like between Saw 1 and 2, you're like, I don't know what just happened here, but um I need to go watch 1 and 2 again and then revisit Saw inbetweenquel, and
so you need to watch all of them in order now.
I guess so.
Watch, go back to 1, go see Saw 10 again, go back and like. So why did they go with Saw 10 though? Like, I is
Dude,
and you said there's something at the end where that sets up more, but like it's more to continue the series, or it's more stuff that's in between everything.
it's more stuff in between. Certain character shows up and you're like, "Oh, okay." That's your surprise.
Hmm.
And if you do a quick Google, like, it explains a little bit more, but I'm like, okay, now it's getting really predictable. I don't know why they went with Saw X, because they didn't even keep the timeline correct. It was Saw 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, then Saw 3D, then Jigsaw, then Spiral, and then Saw X. It should have
Huh.
been Saw 1.5.
Yeah, I know. They should really consult us on these things.
I know. Well, because they screw up, as we come up with our own stuff now. So, in betweenquel, it's a good one.
Yeah, I like that. Let's get on a shirt. Well, I don't think I'm gonna go out to the theaters and see that. Um, you know what it did made me interested is I need to watch Spiral. I never watched that.
I didn't either.
Yeah.
And that's the one where Chris Rock was like, I'm going to change the franchise. And then they're like, nah, we're going to go back to the same shit we've done.
I I actually like heard stuff because they were ranking like all the Saw movies, like I think on Slash Film, and like Spiral is actually up there. So I just feel like that was just more of it's because of COVID, man. It's fucked it up. So yeah, I need to watch it. I mean, dude, Samuel L. Jackson's in it.
I know. It has a good cast.
Yeah, you need to
And
watch it.
it's a Saw movie. You know, another in betweenquel I just thought of?
What's that?
Rogue One.
Oh yeah, yeah.
That's an
That
in
was a
betweenquel.
good. Dude, they're so good.
Those might be my favorite movies, in betweenquels.
Yeah, absolutely. Because it doesn't do anything to affect anything. Yeah. So
Just
it's
kind of
cool.
just explains it a little bit more. I like it.
Yeah, it's just there. You get to learn more. So nice. Well, they should change the title, but I'll watch it when it comes out on VOD at that time. Which I really hope, like, I forget who makes Saw. Is it
Lionsgate, I think.
Lionsgate? Okay. I don't know what streaming service they go out to, but it'd be really cool, like, right before Halloween, like, hey, let's just go and make this VOD and let's try to capitalize on that. Like, I'm definitely more likely to watch this at home compared to going out to a theater. So,
You know, I just thought of something. Why do we watch horror movies in February? It's because all the ones released in October in the theaters get their 90 days, well, they used to, and that ends up in February.
oh, well, now it's only like 45 days, but why we have so much in February is also counter programming for, romantic comedies.
That's a brilliant move.
It is. It's for all those men out there that are either single or they're just assholes and like, I'm not gonna watch some fucking romantic comedy. You're gonna watch a horror movie. So
That's a brilliant. So now this is why I think we're going to see more blends of Halloween to Christmas slash um Christmas / January kind of stuff.
yeah. And you remember that one year they did the the horror Valentine's Day movie. I mean, that was a perfect cross right there. That was very smart. Um, I mean, you know my thoughts on holiday horror films. Like, I want one for every single holiday. Like, that was. Do you remember my premise on that? I wanted like a killer that
Yes.
that mimic whatever that holiday was. I'm talking about President's Day, Martin Luther King Day. I want every holiday, and he has to, make it a killing with relation to that. So,
I love it. That's a great B movies and beyond move right there.
yep. Still TM that. One day maybe I'll make it. Right in this basement, maybe. So,
All right, Peter, let's get on to a little.
Yes! Yes! Oh! 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 Oh, God. Oh.
I'll have what she's having.
yeah.
Recommendations, holiday movies during the holidays featuring killers. No, you know what I want to recommend?
Yes.
Gen V.
Oh, did you watch
I
how
haven't.
many episodes are out now?
There's 4. I'm looking on Prime right now. I realize I have access to Prime. Thanks, my sister.
Yeah, dude. I don't know what's going on, but like that's out now. The John Wick, the Continental, like 3-part thing is out. Like I got a lot of stuff to catch up on. So,
Loki season 2 started tonight.
oh yeah, you're right. That looks pretty good.
Ahsoka finished. It's
Dude, I
series.
haven't even started that. Like there's a lot that's come out. So I don't have enough time, man.
I know. We just got to fake sick one day and just finish the series, and then review it, and then fake sick again, and then do the same thing again. It's not a bad idea.
So, yeah, I'm sure.
Just tell your work you got jury duty. I have jury duty next week. That sucks.
See it?
I do not recommend jury duty.
I did it once. I didn't mind it.
Yeah, I've done it once. My case was funny. In hindsight, it wasn't funny, but it was totally funny. It could have been on Jerry Springer.
Yeah.
So
mine was attempted murder case. So it was kind of, yeah, not as juicy as it might seem, but I always find it weird. I don't know why this is way off topic, but just, do you find like the justice system? It's a little strange that like a whole bunch of people that know nothing about the law are put together in a room to decide the fate of somebody. Like,
it's a little fucked up.
It was so strange, and it's very surreal. And I kept on thinking, like, wow, like we are deciding how we interpret this thing. And basically, if you have a good lawyer or a shitty lawyer, that could mean the difference between what you're convicted and how you're convicted. Which
they don't even have to convince the judge. They convince the jury. They convince
exactly
12 people who know nothing about the law. They have to convince them.
Yeah, dude. There was literally times where we like had questions and they could not answer. It's like, well, what do you think? I'm like, what do you mean? What do we think? We're asking the question because we don't know. Like, use the pamphlet, and that's all you get. And we're like, oh, okay.
My favorite part on my case, I know we went into jury duty, but I was so done and over with the like trying to figure it out, and I said, just fuck it, put him in jail. And everybody looked at me and they said, we are talking about someone's life right now. I said, well, they should have never put themselves in this position in the first place.
Yep. But speaking of that, I from all this rambling, I thought of my recommendation, and it is a podcast. I mean, we're still number 1, so don't forget to subscribe and like us, follow us, do all the shit. But there's a podcast out there called Suspect, and it's all about this. It's about getting convicted, going through trial, and kind of a jury finding someone guilty or not guilty. It's like a, I don't know, like 6-part, maybe 7-part series. But I highly recommend it, called Suspect. And it makes you think, that's for sure. Like it's who is right, everyone will have their own opinion on it. It's really it's interesting. So and it goes along with jury duty, like we just discussed. So Suspect.
I like it. I like that you recommended another podcast. Just made me realize Suspect, in that case, it was like the wife was suing her husband because he beat up his dad because his dad slept with the wife. And at the end of the case, the dad goes, "And that bitch gave me herpes." And I started laughing. I was laughing so hard. I was like, dude, I had to have been like 20 years old, but I was like, this is the coolest story ever.
Oh wow.
I gotta go. Peter,
Great.
it's always a good time. Watch more horror movies and let your kids watch Strays. Good move. I like it.
Perfect.
All right.
I like it. Pew pew out.
And then lower it so we can talk over it.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
Not over our website. Well, it's too low.
Beyond.com.
There you go.
Thanks.